My name is Shannon Alford, and I worked on doctoral research with Dr. Roseborough and 3 others on African Americans in education. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I've learned through the research process. Though many of the African American educators that I interviewed felt that there were some challenges, they also felt like there was a unified front among the colleagues when looking at how they could benefit the students as a whole. Open dialogue and communication were things that were considered highlights and important when talking about the day-to-day operations as an educator, especially as an African American educator. One thing that stuck out to me the most through this process and what I've learned is the importance of stakeholders, whether it's the classroom engagement of students, the local community partners such as church members, or just simply parents. Their role as stakeholders, though their roles vary and are different, they also played a very important and vital part in educating students holistically. When looking at educating students holistically, one of the things that definitely came out of the research and definitely I learned is not only looking at the academic component of the student, but also spiritually and socially, how those things also play an important part when educating students. And even though African American educators have taught students from various backgrounds, they want to emphasize the importance of treating all people equal. And with that, also seeing how they can encourage students and motivate students to not only grow academically, but grow as individuals, as well as preparing them for the greater community in the world, hoping that even though they will have challenges, they can leave a positive impact. When looking at the most important thing that I learned, as I said before, was the importance of stakeholders. And as a doctoral student, as well as a higher education administrator myself, I go back to the stakeholders component, being that sometimes when we get into our day-to-day operations, we don't necessarily look at or realize the important components each of us play as stakeholders and the importance of our roles. And so it was very interesting for me as I interviewed participants for this study to hear their take on stakeholders and talking about the different roles in the organizational structure and how people in those roles affected change day to day, or also created challenges for them as educators. And so definitely this experience has taught me a lot by interviewing African American educators with a different range of experience. Some retired, some only teaching for a few years, and also realizing too that sometimes there is a hesitancy to not necessarily share their stories, even though they all appreciated this project, giving them a platform to communicate their experiences. Thank you.